Agricultural extension. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to know the following. 1. The meaning of agricultural extension. 2. Know the objectives of agricultural extension. 3. Explain the principles of agricultural extension. 4. Identify the roles or functions of agricultural extension. 5. Know problems facing agricultural extension. 6. Explain extension methods. 7. Explain the agricultural extension agent. Agricultural extension is a system or process to aid farmers in improving farming methods and techniques through educational procedures. It serves as a bridge between research institutions and farmers, taking beneficial research products to farmers, and bringing farmers' problems to research institutions for solutions. Agricultural extension is an informal, voluntary educational program that focuses on spreading information on agricultural improvements from researchers to farmers. Objectives of agricultural extension. We have many objectives for agricultural extension. I will mention a few here. They are: 1. Empower farmers with the knowledge to transition from traditional farming methods to more productive and scientific techniques. 2. Enhance the quality of life for rural dwellers by providing support and resources. 3. Assist in identifying appropriate marketing channels for agricultural products. 4. Facilitate farmers' access to and management of agricultural loans. 5. Establish connections between farmers and research institutes. 6. Foster the rapid development of rural areas. Principles of agricultural extension. What are the principles of agricultural extension? The principles of agricultural extension are: 1. Begin extension education at the grassroots level, where the people are located. 2. Build trust and credibility with your audience. 3. Collaborate with farmers and involve them in the development of the program. 4. Ensure that extension programs are tailored to meet the specific needs of the participants. 5. Conduct ongoing evaluations of programs to assess their effectiveness. 6. Design programs to be adaptable and flexible to accommodate changing circumstances. Extension agents target various groups, including but not limited to commercial farmers, community development associations, farmers' cooperative societies, fishermen, and beekeepers. Roles or functions of agricultural extension. 1. Encourage farmers to increase food crop, cash crop, and livestock production. 2. Educate farmers on improved practices in crop cultivation, animal rearing, and processing. 3. Collect and organize essential information related to rural programs. 4. Serve as a link between farmers and research institutes. 5. Provide supervision for recipients of agricultural loans. 6. Facilitate attitudinal changes among individuals regarding their problems. 7. Improve the living standards of farmers. 8. Identify appropriate marketing channels for farmers to sell their products. 9. Assist in providing support to foreign experts conducting feasibility studies in agriculture. 10. Aid in supervising and evaluating agricultural development programs. Problems facing agricultural extension. 1. Farmer agricultural inputs are insufficient and often reach farmers late. 2. Agricultural extension officers, who are subject matter specialists, are frequently not adequately involved. 3. Limited transportation facilities for extension staff. 4. Insufficient motivation for extension agents. 5. Weak or inadequate supervision of farmers by extension agents. 6. Delayed and distorted information to farmers, due to inadequate training of extension agents. 7. Lack of familiarity with the traditions and customs of target communities, resulting in difficulties in establishing communication. 8. Inadequate number of extension workers to cater to a large number of farmers. 9. Inadequate facilities for extension communication, limiting coverage and efficiency. 10. Illiteracy among target farmers, making it challenging for them to follow instructions. 11. Poor or insufficient monitoring of the activities and performance of extension agents. Extension methods. Methods used in disseminating new ideas and techniques to farmers are classified into 3 categories. 1. Mass media method. This method creates awareness and interest among a large audience through publications, leaflets, posters, agricultural shows, cinema vans, newspapers, radio, television, newsletters, circulars, film shows, etc. Advantages. 1. Reaches a larger audience. 2. Does not require the presence of an agent. 3. Eliminates stress. 4. Not time-consuming. 5. Print media information serves as a reference point. Disadvantages. 1. Expensive to operate. 2. Language barriers may hinder communication. 3. Illiterate farmers may not benefit. 4. Lack of effective feedback mechanism. 5. Poor farmers may not have access to radios or televisions. 2. Individual method. This involves direct contact between extension workers and individual farmers, such as home visits, phone calls, personal letters, and text messages. Advantages. 1. Provides individual attention to farmers. 2. More effective information dissemination. 3. Allows for feedback and questions. 4. Enhances the adoption of innovations. Disadvantages. 1. Time-consuming and tedious. 2. Expensive. 3. Limited in reaching a larger group of farmers. 4. Requires an adequate number of workers. 3. Group method. This method involves teaching farmers in groups through discussions, lectures, workshops, demonstrations, field trips, symposia, meetings, etc. Advantages. 1. Reaches a larger group of farmers simultaneously. 2. Saves time and is less tedious. 3. Cost-effective. 4. Adoption by one farmer can influence others. Disadvantages. 1. Some farmers may discourage others from adopting innovations. 2. Inconsistent attendance at meetings by farmers. 3. Requires an adequate number of workers for effective implementation. Let me further explain this to you students. Let me throw more light on these extension methods, so that you can understand how these farmers get the messages from the extension agents or workers. A. Demonstration is a practical approach to introducing new innovations by showcasing them on accessible farmland, encouraging farmers to adopt the techniques. Posters provide pictorial information to educate and inform literate audiences, while bulletins offer written ideas and innovations for reading, understanding, and application. Home or farm visits establish personal relationships with farmers, facilitating the adoption of innovations through mutual friendship, assistance, and the exchange of ideas. Agricultural extension programs in West Africa. Agricultural extension programs serve as platforms, such as ministries of agriculture, schools of agriculture, and universities of agriculture, for disseminating new ideas and techniques to rural farmers. These programs consist of bodies or agencies with dedicated extension services units that train and support extension workers to transfer innovations to farmers. Examples of extension programs include the Agricultural Development Program, Andorran Pesetas, Farm Settlement Scheme, agro-service centers, and government food production initiatives like Operation Feed the Nation, OFN, NAFPP, and Green Revolution Program. Agricultural Extension Officer, Worker or Agent. An agricultural extension officer, worker, or agent is a professional who provides information, advice, and support to farmers and rural communities. They are typically employed by government agencies, agricultural institutions, or non-profit organizations. Qualities of extension officer or worker. What are the qualities of extension officers or workers? The following are the qualities of an extension officer or worker. 1. Agricultural extension officers should possess in-depth knowledge in their respective fields to effectively educate farmers. 2. They should be familiar with the local language of the communities they serve, considering the high illiteracy rates among farmers. 3. Having a genuine interest in their work is crucial for extension officers. 4. They should possess patience and not easily become frustrated, as they will encounter farmers with varying levels of knowledge and may receive unconventional questions. 5. Being persuasive is essential for extension officers to effectively introduce and promote new innovations to farmers, constantly encouraging their adoption. 6. Sufficient availability of materials and financial resources is necessary for extension officers to carry out their duties effectively. Functions or roles of an extension officer, worker, or agent. The functions or roles of an extension officer or agent are: 1. The agricultural extension officer engages in consultations and assessments of rural or agricultural development projects. 2. They develop and implement educational programs aimed at improving farming practices. 3. They organize and oversee farmers' groups, including meetings and cooperatives, as well as coordinate the activities of their workers. 4. They establish connections and collaborate with other agencies that have an impact on the rural environment and farmers. 5. They assist in cultivating a positive mindset among farmers, helping them approach problems and challenges in a constructive manner. 6. They serve as a bridge between researchers and farming communities, facilitating the transfer of knowledge and innovations. 7. They provide instruction and guidance on adopting improved farming techniques to farmers. 8. They evaluate the effectiveness and impact of agricultural extension programs and projects. 9. They supervise the proper utilization of agricultural loans by farmers. 10. They conduct or facilitate training sessions for farmers to enhance their skills and knowledge. Problems of agricultural extension officer or worker or agent. 1. The low literacy levels among farmers can hinder the adoption of new farming techniques. 2. The absence of credit facilities for farmers creates disinterest and hampers the implementation of accepted innovations. 3. Insufficient motivation, such as inadequate remuneration for extension workers, can hinder their effectiveness. 4. Limited resources, such as insufficient funds for travel and inadequate materials for farmers, constrain the extension worker. 5. Unfavorable attitudes of rural farmers towards government programs can pose challenges for extension work. 6. The scarcity of well-trained extension staff results in a larger workload and more farmers than the worker can handle. 7. Language barriers impede the effective communication of new innovations by extension workers. 8. Lack of coordination among government agencies can lead to confusion and farmer rejection. Diffusion. Diffusion refers to the dissemination of new ideas and information from research stations to farm families. It involves the movement of innovations from areas of higher concentration to areas of lower concentration, facilitated by the extension officer and various extension methods. Innovations are the new ideas and techniques being spread through this process. The 5 steps or stages of the diffusion. 1. Awareness. 2. Interest. 3. Evaluation. 4. Trial. 5. Adoption, rejection, discontinuation. Adoption of new innovation. The adoption of new innovation involves the acceptance and practice of newer modern farming techniques introduced in rural areas. This is largely dependent on 1. Level of education. 2. Attitude of farmers. 3. Financial status of farmers. 4. Size of the farm. 5. Presence of extension workers. 6. Result of the demonstration plot. Categories of farmers based on the adoption of innovation. Innovators. These individuals introduce new farming ideas observed in other locations to their own areas. They may face losses due to inexperience or mistakes, but can be encouraged through expert advice, access to credit facilities, provision of subsidized farm inputs, insurance coverage, and assistance in marketing their produce. Early adopters. This group is slower to embrace innovations, often influenced by factors mentioned earlier. If the percentage of early adopters is as low as 10%, it indicates that the innovation has not been widely accepted, possibly due to demonstration challenges or the complexity of the idea. Late adopters. These individuals are highly conservative and require reassurance before accepting new innovations. They typically represent the largest percentage within a group. Never adopters. This category is extremely resistant to change and refuses to accept new innovations regardless of persuasion. Their percentage is usually small.